Hi, welcome to the Pop Culture Green Room. This is Blair Bryant.
And this is Kimberly Bryant. And today we've got a special treat for everyone. We have some Bravo, I call them Bravo celebrities because they are my eyes. we've got some amazing Bravo fans who actually went to BravoCon. And the funny thing was when I saw the pictures that Jen had posted on Jennifer posted on her the BravoCon group on Facebook, I thought that she and Rachel, I thought that they were like celebrities. I thought that Jennifer was one of the cast members, from Vanderpump Rules.
I thought so too.
And then I thought that Rachel's like one of her friends, but then I was like I dug and looked, I was like, oh no, they're just fans. But it's like y'all blended in so well. Like we're like, I was living vicariously through y'all. So like it's such an honor to have y'all on as guests. And I just can't wait to hear all about it because the pictures were amazing. I felt like I was there and y'all met people that I always wanted to meet. And of course, like Jerry O'Connell, and like he's like my favorite actor of all time. So
I love him.
Growing up, like, just story about that one.
Oh,
we have a story about Jerry O'Connell.
Can't wait
if you want to hear it.
Yes. Oh, please. But yeah, so like tell us where did like your Bravo fandom start? Like how did that all begin?
I would say for me, I'm Jen, everyone, by the way. I probably 20 years ago when Bravo was new, and I think like Project Runway was probably one of their first shows. And then was it Top Chef or one of the cooking shows? And then Orange County Housewives. And that kind of interested me because it was so different from like the lifestyle that I was living. And like, I love my friends and we never get into these horrific, battles at the dinner table like these women were doing. And so it was, more of like not my own reality, but it intrigued me. And I'm from St. Louis, as is Rachel. We both grew up in St. Louis. And with Andy Cohen being from St. Louis, I think I kind of like had a little more attraction to Bravo, knowing that Andy Cohen was involved and he was kind of a St. Louis, local celebrity. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that's where he was from.
That's kind of my background. And I have been a fan ever since. And I watch like every show. That's my DVR is just full of Bravo shows.
Thank you. Oh my goodness. So what about you, Rachel?
Well, I have been obsessed with reality TV since the very first Real World, even before. And so I just love that genre. In fact, when I was on dating and on my dating website, things I used to say, love reality TV. So I've always loved reality TV and just a fan of pop culture, which so is Andy Cohen. He loves pop culture, just pop culture and just really just this obsession with reality TV. And Jen, just watching it through her eyes just makes me love it even more. So.
No, I bet that's awesome. That's so awesome. That's so cool. That's one thing I didn't know. I didn't realize that Andy Cohen was from St. Louis.
I didn't either.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool. We haven't been there. We went there for a wedding years ago. We love that.
So it's Tom Sandoval, who
everyone
loves to hate.
I forgot. He is.
He's also from St. Louis. Yeah.
Oh, have you heard of any sightings of him being out there? Or
yeah, I mean, he's been come back to visit since making it into the Bravo Love status. But
did anybody see Raquel, which was with him?
His mom is a firefighter.
Oh, really?
Or a retired firefighter. Yeah.
I think she is. Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's kind of cool. So.
Oh, that is cool. Oh, that's super cool. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So tell us about like, let's see, like walk us through like your first day, like whenever y'all like got to BravoCon, like if I got there together, like just tell us all about it. Just go for it.
Yeah. Well, even going back to, so last year, BravoCon was in New York. And at the time, Rachel was actually living in New York. And I was thinking, man, I should have made plans to go up and stay with Rachel and do BravoCon. Because I was seeing it, as it was, airing. And it was, too late. And I told her, I was like, all right, Rachel, next year I'm coming up to New York and we're going to do BravoCon. She's like, I'm in. Well, in the meantime, BravoCon moved to Vegas and Rachel moved to Miami.
See now where the other housewives are at.
But then when the announcement was made, I think in like March, that it was going to go to Vegas, and I was like, I want to go. And I would even go by myself. I'm like a very independent, love to travel, love to meet new people. So, but I I texted her, called Rachel, and she's like, I'm in, like no hesitation. So, yeah. And I knew she'd be the perfect travel companion. And we both are not afraid to like approach a famous person, start a conversation, be respectful, and ask for a photo. Rachel actually has a whole star files of hundreds of celebrities met over the years. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
That's really cool.
That's exciting.
Yeah. But we flew out on Tuesday. It was actually Halloween that evening. And we just wanted to have a few days before BravoCon started because we knew our schedule was going to be booked up nonstop. So we wanted to do some shopping, and I wanted to relax by the pool a little bit. And so then Thursday night, so Friday was the first day of BravoCon. Thursday's really when the activity picked up because we thought we might see some celebrities out in the wild. And so the first person we saw was Lisa Barlow, and that she's from Salt Lake City, outside Salt Lake City. And we were in the Caesars shopping forum, and there was a little gathering of people around someone, and Rachel's like, I think who is that? And I was like, oh my God, that's Lisa Barlow. And so we stood there patiently, and people were just having chit chat. She was with her husband. She was trying to pick up a dress, that was being altered, I think. And she was so sweet and, obliged everyone to get a photo. So that was our first sighting. And then Rachel, do you want to tell a little bit about how the rest of the evening went?
Yeah. And then we were laser focused on trying to find people.
I love it.
We were like barely talking, I think. So we're just trying to find anybody, like searching in faces. And so then, long story short, we got a little tip that they might be at the Four Seasons. So we're like, let's just go. What the heck? Let's just go. So we pack up, we go to the Four Seasons, we derail the plan that we originally had. And we go to the Four Seasons, and we're walking through the hallway, and Jen is like, I hear voices. And we're like
chatter, like there was a group of people congregating.
Yeah. So we go down these steps, and lo and behold, like there's so many there. And Jen recognized one of the husbands, and Ryan, I believe. And from the new housewife in Orange County. And then he took us over to meet his girlfriend. And then we looked around, and there was Michael Rappaport.
We love him. Michael Rappaport.
Yeah.
Like I freaked. And so we were looking around, and there was Dolores and Cuba, and it was just remarkable. And they all were so nice. Like, all were like so opening. And you're kind of like, we just came off COVID. We came off a rough 3 years where no celebrities want to take pictures with you. They're going cheek to cheek. They're pulling me and Jen. So
we hit like the honey models. Like
sounds like it. Yeah,
I can see that.
And it was just we had heard, like we kind of got some secret intel that a lot of the housewives were staying at the Four Seasons, and it was down at the other end of the strip, so it wasn't just an easy walk, but it was like well worth the $10 Uber ride. And then we scoped it out, and so first we saw Ryan, who I don't know if you watched the Housewives of Orange County.
Yes.
He was known for the dick pic.
Yeah.
What
kind of outfits did he have? What kind of outfits was he wearing? Did he wear anything
he did have on kind of a loud jacket. But I saw him. I'm like, you're Ryan from OC. And he's like, yeah. I was like, are you here with Jen? He's like, yeah, come meet her. And my name's Jen. Her name's Jen. I do yoga. She owns a yoga studio. So we hit it off. And they were very, very welcoming and just made us feel comfortable because it wasn't like a private event or anything, but looking around the room, we were the only non-Bravo Lebs.
Oh,
and
wow.
It was kind of like the secret lounge they were all gathering in.
That is so cool.
So it was like y'all had like exclusive, like
much
like VIP.
And then like
VIP
I recognized Chanel Ann from Dubai and Karen Huger from Potomac. They were sitting chatting with each other. So we approached them. I was like, oh my God, I love both your shows. And they offered up to take a photo. And then Marge and Margaret, both from New Jersey, And I would say Uba from New York was the most just funny, lighthearted. She
Aw.
grabbed Rachel and I's hands. She's like, we have to walk.
Oh,
And,
I love
and so
it.
she had someone, taking
Uh-huh.
pictures of us as we're walking. And then she
Oh, love
That's
that.
awesome.
hook her up and, like giving us modeling tips. And
Oh,
we're like,
that's
is
sweet.
this even real? Like, are
Right?
we
Oh
really
my
like
gosh.
here with these housewives? And then we had, one of my favorites is Captain Jason from Below Deck.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Well, I've kind of had a crush on him. I mean, not a serious crush. I would never cheat on my boyfriend with him, but I was hoping for an engagement. And he was the hot commodity at BravoCon. Like every single like housewife and star from other shows that is single had their eye on Captain Jason. So I was going to get my claws in first. But he was very, very nice. And he was even like showing us some photos of his daughter on his phone because they had just gone deep sea diving. And I did get a hug from him. So that was all I needed. A couple of photos together.
That's so cool.
Yeah, it was amazing. And then as we were leaving, we're like, okay, like it was probably after midnight at this time. We had a full day the next day to get ready for. So then we walk outside, and lo and behold, every black SUV that was pulling up to drop off someone was another Bravo celebrity. So we got probably 5 or 6 more photos. That's where we got Kyle from Beverly Hills and Sutton. And that's where Rachel, she got to see Jerry.
Which is a story. Because I think that deserves a story.
Yes,
I
yes. I
hear
want to hear
it.
all about
I
it.
love
I
them.
grew up. Oh my gosh, grew up. Yeah.
It's midnight and we're waiting for a Uber and we're waiting. But what, like Jen said, person after person's coming out of the car. So then door opens and it's Jerry. And I go, Jerry McConnell? And he goes, yeah. And he comes over, I'm like, can we get a picture with you? He goes, sure. And he's taking like, and he even grabbed our phone. He's like, I'm going to take the picture. He takes the phone.
That's awesome.
He goes, tag me, but it's Jerry O'Connell. I called him Jerry McConnell.
But she obviously knew who he was since Stand By Me. Right.
Yeah, I'm like, I love you from Stand By Me and The Talk and and Love Out and all this stuff. But I called him the wrong name.
After Martine too.
Oh my gosh, that is so awesome. Like,
so that was our first evening before, like that was the eve of BravoCon. And so we got back to the room and we're laying there in bed looking through our photos and like, is this really happening? Like we thought we would go to BravoCon and like you have to sign up for photo ops and you sign up for certain events that you'll have more access with them.
Right.
And I'm thinking, okay, through the 3 days of BravoCon, I'm hoping to get like 20 photos. We had 20
the first night.
That was
so
cool. Yes.
Plus, like we had interactions, we had conversations, that wasn't just, and they were all just so accommodating and friendly. And it was kind of like that the whole weekend. So
that was here.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. Oh, for sure. Because it's like it wasn't like a quick hi and bye, take a picture. Like they actually like engaged in. That's super cool.
Yeah, they were very engaging, which I was so surprised as well. So it's
and Rachel works in the med spa industry. So a few were very interested in seeing if they could get some free Botox.
Oh yeah.
I'll hook them up. Do a little exchange here for some advertising.
That's right. So
that is so cool. Oh my god.
So what's the most surreal moment that was that it? Or was like that the first night was that the most surreal? Or did it like, or was it kind of like, but wait, there's more?
I think there's more. Yeah. I think there's so many, like they're like, because it's just such an adrenaline rush the whole time. But also I think a big exciting thing was that we went to a VIP party on the top of Caesars.
Oh wow.
We got to mingle with them, and Jen got right in there and was dancing and partying with them, and
so awesome.
I couldn't even get back to her, so I was like over on the other side. We kind of split and conquered, but just the people that were there were amazing, and that was a really, really fun night as well. The whole thing was fun, like from beginning to end was like an amazing
That's so
adrenaline roller
awesome.
coaster. Yeah.
Oh, that's so
Yeah,
cool. Because
really cool.
we wanted to go, but
Right.
it was like we just had so much going on. It was such a time crunch, and then all of a sudden, next thing we knew, it was here. So our goal is for next year, but we do want to try and go to Pillars and Beer next month. That's our goal, is to go see Austin and Craig. Yeah.
Yeah, I see that they're on tour.
Yeah, they'll be in New Orleans, so
next month.
Awesome. Yeah.
Cool.
But I would say, like, leading up to BravoCon, and then, you know, there is a Facebook page that's dedicated to all the fans, and that was a great resource to get tips on buying, you know, just either a single day or 3-day pass. To get that was a tough ticket to get. Like, you had to have like a pre-sale code, and you had to be set up and ready with your credit card entered, and like,
I didn't
fire
realize
away. And then like so many people didn't get them, and then they had VIP and general admission. We just had general admission for 3 days. I did get a VIP pass for Sunday. And so there were some perks that came along with being a VIP at the actual convention. There was a special lounge that was VIP only, and a lot of the Bravo Labs were mingling in there, and so there was extra opportunities to you know, hang out and talk with them. And you got priority seating in the big kind of panel discussions. The front section of rows was for VIP, but really anyone could see any of the panel discussions. There was kind of 2 big convention rooms. One, so I heard that a total of 10,000 tickets per day were sold, or that was the capacity for the forum where this was held. And so the one big giant room, I think seated like 8,000, and the other one was maybe 5,000. And so, and there was so many other things going on. There were photo ops you could sign up with, which was another kind of stressful thing that you had to like pick out, like, okay, like it gave a list of like 10 different couples of, you know, in different times. And so, you know, we lucked out and we got a photo op each of the 3 days, but those were probably the least engaging, because that was like, you're in a line, you're like herded up there, you stand and get your photo, like you say, hi, I love you, smile and move on. And someone else is right behind you. And like, there was no time to talk. Like, one of our photo ops was with Tom Sandoval and Tom Schwartz from Vanderpump Rules. And I wanted to talk to them a little bit, because like with Tom Sandoval, I feel bad, because in the panel discussions, he was booed every time he tried to
I heard that. That was
and it's like, okay, he did a bad thing, he cheated on his girlfriend. You know, lots of people have done that. He didn't kill someone, he didn't you know, like, he didn't commit a crime. And other people who have done worse things, who have gone to prison, are now adored by Bravo fans.
And actually, it's funny that you say that, because that's Blair and I were just actually having a good discussion about that a few days ago, how it's like it's kind of like, what's that saying, like people that throw stones at
people that live in
glass houses. And
I'm kind of thinking,
so I wanted to try, you know, there was a huge long line, so plenty of people were supporters of both Toms and wanted their photo with him. They didn't all hate him, but the boos are always going to be louder than the people that, you know, are just doing a silent little clap of support. But I wanted to also talk to him because Tom Sandoval is on the Special Ops reality TV show, where he's like going through these challenges, and they're grueling tasks. And I just wanted to commend him for like being so mentally and physically tough to, you know, endure that. And I started to talk to him, and then they're taking the photos, and like, I just shut up.
Oh, and I wish you would have been able to talk to him some more, because I'm actually curious about that also.
So another one of the special, you know, add-on tickets you can get is called a Bravo Palooza, and they're through the day, and it's an hour and a half special access to a lounge, and you don't know who the Bravo celebrities are going to be who cycle through, and you get it includes 2 drinks, and there's past hors d'oeuvres. And I feel like we only had one Bravo Palooza, and it was stocked with really, really great people. So Rachel maybe can chime in on some of her favorites from our Bravo Palooza connection.
Go for it.
Really cool. It was just really cool. Erica Jane was there, and Jen got to talk to her at length. They had a whole little conversation. And oh God, there was Tom Sandoval was in there, but I missed him because I guess he had on a hat. I didn't see him.
Oh, this
Everybody.
Yeah. And then there was quite a few from the below deck that were there. So Captain Jason was in there. It was
he was in that.
It was fate that he happened to be scheduled for our BravoPalooza. And then Luca, who is on the current Mediterranean, and then Toomey, who's also on the current below deck, and she was great. And the some of the ladies from Southern Charm, and I know you're fans.
Oh, that's our show.
Oh yeah, that's our favorite show. Yeah.
And so Leva and Olivia and Vanita were in there. And so they were all very, very sweet, got photos with all of them. But I would, like Rachel had mentioned, Erica Jane from Beverly Hills was there, and she has this, persona about her being kind of very tough and not the most kind and gentle. And I get last season she was going through a lot, with, her husband and his fraud, and
that was a lot
wrapped up into that and their finances. But anyway, she was doing photos in front of like the screen, but then she went to sit down on the couch. And so I just went over to kind of sit next to her and chat. And I said, so did you hear that earlier in a panel discussion, you were identified as the #1 most intimidating housewife? So there was a panel where there was Battle of the Sexes, and it was kind of feud, like a Family Feud type game. And so she was #1 that flipped over for most intimidating housewife. And she said, well, I've heard, that's not surprising. I have heard that. She said, I'm really just shy. She's like, but I'd come across as being a cold bitch, And I was like, well, I don't want to be on your bad side. So.
Right. Oh, yeah, for sure.
But we had a great conversation, and she just seemed very sincere and sweet. And like, I think this season, what I've seen so far on the first few shows of Beverly Hills, she has definitely turned a new leaf. And
she has
much more emotionally available and kind-hearted, and doesn't want to come across as that most intimidating.
Definitely, I agree, because the episodes I've seen, like I'm all caught up, but I mean, like, it seems really like it's genuine. You could tell she's genuinely like done like a lot of like work on herself and everything, and it's. But also I actually wanted to see her perform in Vegas, because I've always been fascinated by the fact that she's actually a good singer and a dancer too. And she funded the whole thing. And I'm like, if she's got it, she's what, 50? And
I think she's like 52, I think, something like that.
And it's like, it's just, I mean, to me, it's like, it just encourages me to take care of myself.
She I was very impressed with her, as far as, the people that I came away with like a new impression of them.
That's so good. Yes, I noticed, because I mean, for a while, like I said, she did come off as intimidating, but it seemed like life really kicked her in the ass to where it's like that. She grew from that, and she learned from it. But also, it's like, I feel like she's like incredibly likable this season too, and I love that. I love seeing her growth.
Yeah, she's got like this different type of glow to her. I don't know, I can't explain it, but it's something about her just more vibrant.
It's the Ozempic glow. All the housewives have it.
Yeah. I wanted to ask you about that too. Are they like tiny, like all of
them? My gosh. Yeah, like you cannot eat to be that. Like they are this big. Like all of them. Like you put your arm around them and you're like,
really?
When she walked by, I thought she was just a little teenager kid getting out of a car. And I was like, wait, was that Kyle? Yeah.
Oh my
goodness. But they're all so thin. Yeah.
Oh goodness, I can imagine. Jesus, that's tiny. Because even from looking at the pictures, I was like, they look a lot smaller, like than on camera. Like,
well, and I'm 5'10", and I had on heels, and so I was towering over them. Except for Uba and Chanel, I am the two models.
But look, you fit in with the models. So
I looked at the photo with Sutton, and I was like, towering over her.
Oh my gosh, it's so fascinating, because it's funny, because for saying that we've got family that's in the entertainment industry, like our cousin, she starred on Pretty Little Liars, and then her mom like directs and acts and is the executive producer of Quantum Leap. But it's like we're actually like more starstruck, I think, by
reality stars. Yeah,
and it's like, and I would go see whenever like Troy had her play in San Diego a few years back. She and her husband Patrick that starred on Suits. It's like I was, just hanging out and everything and stuff. But I'm like, but here it's like I think I probably would have like freaked out at
would have yes. But it's funny because actually a few years ago, I when I was working backstage production for this Essence Fest Expo in New Orleans, I met Garcelle. That was about a year before she was cast on Housewives, and she is just as lovely and personable like on a show as she's in person.
Yeah, there were a few people that I did not meet. I didn't even really see them up close, except for like at their panel discussion. But Garcelle is definitely one of those women I would have loved to have met because I love how she handles herself with grace.
Oh, she does.
And, you know, she can stand up for herself, but she always does it in not like a cutting way. And anyway, I would have really loved to have met her, and I didn't. Also didn't get to meet Andy Cohen. He was kind of like behind the scenes a lot. I think so. Yeah.
We didn't get Lisa Vanderpump.
We didn't get Lisa Vanderpump either. We had a sighting of her daughter, Pandora.
Oh, Pandora was there?
Yeah. So our first night in town there in Vegas, before all of the BravoCon, you know, frenzy started, we actually had dinner at Vanderpump Paris.
Oh, cool.
Oh, nice.
And it was just a gorgeous restaurant.
Was
so
it?
Good.
Nice.
Yeah. The decor and the food was really good too. That was like our best meal that we had out of all the nights.
Oh, really? Oh, that's good to hear.
And we ate some really good food, and that was by far the best.
Was Oliver there?
You know, he was not working because it was Halloween night, and he was trick-or-treating with his son.
Oh, that's what it was. Okay. Oh,
because I kind of had an eye out for him, but our that we did have gave us, you know, some intel. See, that's how this all works. You get this access because of, you know, you become friends with the staff.
Sure.
But he said, well, Lisa Vanderpump will be here Thursday. She arrives in the morning into Vegas, and she should be here like mid-afternoon. So we did brunch at Mon Ami Gabi, which is in the Paris, you know, casino hotel. But then we were like, well, let's walk by and see. And so that's when we saw Pandora, and she had her laptop up and she was like working, but she was visible in like the restaurant wasn't open yet. But she was there. And so we like knew. And then I saw on that BravoCon Facebook page that a fan had posted a selfie with Lisa Vanderpump, like she had just arrived. And so we were like maybe like 30 or 40 minutes late, or like we were too early. She came later. And we missed out on seeing her close up, but
and we didn't get Captain Sandy, and we didn't get Captain Lee. Wait, did you get Captain Lee, Jen?
I got Captain Lee.
Okay, I didn't get Captain Lee, but I really wanted him.
Captain Lee.
And I would have liked to have met Luann. She
you
was
met her?
I would have liked to have, but I didn't. And she wasn't there the full time because I think she has her own tour, her burlesque show.
Right. Yeah, her burlesque show.
It's in New Orleans.
Or cabaret or whatever she's calling it. I don't know. But she had that. And so I don't think she got there until like late Saturday or Sunday. You know, I think she was only involved on Sunday. But
yeah, and it didn't seem like Teresa was out in the wild much either. So,
you know, that is a one housewife that I didn't see too many pictures of her. It seemed like she was like hidden. But I think that Louie was more out and about than she was.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I think so.
Oh my gosh, this is so exciting. Okay, this is one of the things I wanted about fashion. What were your thoughts? Like, who did you think had like the best outfits, or who did you think may have could have put something else on, or what are your thoughts?
You know, I was really impressed, and I got to kind of see their outfits more up close. Was the three ladies from Southern Charm. So Olivia and Leva and Vanita, like they were in our Bravo Palooza, and like I got a photo with all of them, and I loved all of their outfits. There's this one where I've got Leva on one side and Vanita on the other. Vanita's in this like white feathery dress, and Leva's in like this black leather cinch. So it was kind of like the angel and the bad girl on each side of me, but they both looked stunning. And Olivia, she is so beautiful. Like
she is.
Yeah. And she had some really, really cute outfits. So I like it that they're more like the average person as far as they're not on a budget like the housewives. They're not wearing all of the, the high end. I mean, I'm sure that they spent extra money for these, because they knew they were going to be seen by, a lot of people. But so I thought they all looked really good.
That's so awesome.
I liked Kyle's mullet. So
she wore a mullet? I didn't realize she wore
Kyle from Summer House.
Kyle from Summer House.
He had a normal mullet, and then when he went out, he wore a long, like he had a real mullet.
For the VIP party, he put extensions in.
He put extensions. He did that on, I think he put extensions in. I want to say on one of the episodes from the last season of Summer House. I want to say Amanda put some hair extensions in there before, but that's so funny.
It's funny because his mullet, like when I saw it on BravoCon, I was watching some of the panels on Peacock, and it's like usually when they say business in the front, party in the back, and his mullet's like business in the front, party in the back. It's really funny to me because it just like really takes.
And Amanda was hilarious. Amanda was just her one line she was throwing out. She was hilarious on her panels. Like I honestly didn't realize how funny she really is. Like, I mean,
yeah, they're a great couple. Like together,
yeah, they really are.
I do enjoy watching them, especially I like when they had gotten married too. It's like just like watching them, because for a while I still don't even date because men, but it's so funny because I was like, they have like such a like, I was always fascinated by their relationship and everything and how they make it work, and then they work together well as business partners too, and just the fact that they vacation together, they work together, they live together. Just I don't know how they do it, but they do.
Yeah, they had some rough patches there that the show documented, but they seem like a very, very strong couple now. Yeah.
And they're drinking
back to the fashion question.
Sorry.
Chanel Ayan from Dubai.
Yeah.
Outrageous, but so captivating. I mean, every time you saw her, she was in something new, but it would be big and bold and like just, overpowering. And I think at the Bravos, at the award show, she did get the award for most stylish or whatever. So that was well deserved.
I didn't hear about that.
Yeah, she got I think that's what it was, something along those lines, definitely. Yeah. Oh my gosh, I was like, that's so awesome.
And I would say for worst dressed, Tom Sandoval had on a denim skirt on Friday.
What was that all about? It wasn't even a kilt. It was a denim skirt.
And then on Sunday was our photo op day with the Toms. And he comes out and he had on a baseball hat and sunglasses, a t-shirt and like a green sweater, fake tattoos on his neck.
Oh my gosh.
He looked like he was just rolling in off the streets.
He did.
He did take the sunglasses off for the photos, but he did not try to like step up his image for these photo ops. And that's fine. I mean, like he's a chill dude. He's a musician now. And but yeah, like I just wasn't impressed with his fashion choices for the weekend. Yeah, he's dressed very sharp, and I know he has it in him.
And the other Tom had on a blazer that they were teasing him looked like a couch.
It did, I saw it.
That kind of carried on through the whole weekend with him with the couch. So
oh my goodness.
His fashion taste, man. Like
and Corey Kiefer from Summer House and Winter House.
Yes.
He had some outlandish outfits as well.
I saw that suit he had on was like a crop top.
It was like a crop jacket. He had a couple of those. Yeah.
Oh, he had a handful of those.
Like see-through clothes. Yeah.
Oh, no. Oh my gosh. Like he literally took that back to like Miami Vice and all that other stuff. Like that's the first thing I thought about was just back when I was like young, like would watch those shows. I was like, oh my God. I was like, he's literally like a cutout from like a go-go.
But he has an energy about him that is so electric, and like you want to hang out with him. And I know that cool. Like, that's why, like, the party scenes that he's been part of on, you know, Summer House and Winter House, like, I can see why they brought him into the show.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, so Rachel had mentioned that the Saturday night we went to this VIP party. It was BravoCon After Dark, and again, it was an extra ticket we had to purchase. And there was this terrace at the Omnia nightclub at Caesars, and it was just closed to Bravo people that bought this ticket and Bravo celebrities. And we got perfectly positioned, and one by one they were coming out, and they happened to stay in kind of this little lounge roped off area that was right behind us. So we were in the mix. And so a lot of those photos that you saw in videos were because we just happened to pick the right spot before the crowds really started swarming around us. But like that night, Samantha, or Sam, who's Corey's girlfriend.
Yeah, which, right.
You know, right now on Winter House, on the current episodes, it's kind of like,
it's like, what are they?
Yet. He's kind of being flirtatious. What's going to happen? And so, but they were definitely together at BravoCon. They were a couple, and so I think, you know, good to see that. But she was so sweet, and like I have a video of like her and I singing like Taylor Swift together, "Shake It Off." And she's even followed up afterwards and like DM'd me about like, it was so great
awesome.
to see you, because I took a really cute photo of her and Corey that she wanted me to send to her so she could then post it on her Instagram.
That's cool. That's kind of you.
And like Dorinda and Margaret, they were dancing on the couches. Aaron from New York was dancing on the couches. And we were just right in the mix. And then, you know, Corey and Kyle, and then Brian Benny, who was from Family Karma.
Yes.
Which I never watched that show. That's one of the few that I didn't went to, but I'm mad I missed it. I would like to go back and watch it, and hopefully they bring it back.
Yeah, I hope they do bring it back.
He was so friendly, and so
that's
like
awesome.
he was fun.
Oh, that's so cool. And I heard that they had they brought a few people in from shows that they put on pause, right?
Yes. They brought in Reza and Gigi, and I forgot who else.
MJ.
That's MJ. Yes,
that's right.
Yeah,
from
I did see
Sunset.
Reza there at BravoCon, and I know Gigi was there. I didn't see her, but I got a photo of Reza, but not with him. But
got it. Yeah, because I was watching a panel that he just kind of popped on the panel like last minute that he was on. It was really interesting. I was like, oh, because I didn't know he was there, and all of a sudden I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm like, Reza.
Yeah.
But, it's really cool though. But it's like, I bet, like, did it feel like y'all knew them? Because like from watching the shows and
yeah, and definitely. And the thing is, because I watched every show, I knew their names, and so like that helps when you're gonna approach them, like, hey, Margaret, you know.
Right.
So, and I know Rachel was like, I'm glad you knew their name. I didn't know that one.
Oh my gosh, that's so awesome. Did you get to meet Shep?
Yes.
Oh, you did meet Shep. That's what, oh my gosh, why did
I hear about this?
Yeah.
So when we went to the Bravos, I lucked out, and when it was time to purchase tickets, I somehow was like the first one in the queue, I guess, to buy tickets, because we ended up being in the orchestra, like the row right behind where a lot of the Bravo celebrities were sitting. And so the Southern Charm group was kind of right in front of us. So as we're waiting and people are coming in, I saw Shep and Austin, you know, just a row down and over. And so I walked out there, and I just wanted to take a close-up photo of the two of them. And then Shep's like, I'll come over to you. And he came over.
Oh, that's awesome.
We got a selfie. And then Austin, the same thing, except Austin said my lens needed to be cleaned off.
Oh my gosh.
There was a glare. And Rachel was right behind me. She got selfies with them as well. So that was really, really sweet of them to like come out of their way. And
yeah, definitely.
So I didn't get to talk to them too much because it was right before the Bravos was getting ready to start up. But apparently that night, I don't know if you heard that Shep was overserved, and he had an encounter. He left his cell phone apparently sitting on a bench at the casino, and a fan found it and was able to say, Siri, call Taylor, because I guess Shep was with Taylor. They had seen them together at the casino. And so then they talked to Taylor and like, we found Shep's phone. It was sitting on a bench next to us. Then he got the phone back, but was accusing these people of stealing it.
Oh,
and some big fight broke out. I don't know if I'm telling it accurately. This is hearsay.
Yeah.
That's some tea we didn't know.
Yeah, we didn't know that at all.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, I think I had heard that he had gotten into an altercation with some fans, I believe, and it was involving that he thought his phone was stolen. But anyway, that was we weren't there to see it, but it was later that night after the Bravos.
Got it. Oh, that's so interesting. Yeah, we didn't know anything about that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, and I didn't get to meet Craig. Did you, Rachel?
Oh, I didn't meet.
Yeah, so Craig and Paige were, they were there, and they were at their booth, at his booth a lot for his pillows. But I didn't, it just, that was another one I missed out on. I would have loved to have, because I've heard from all the other fans that had interactions with Craig that he's like super, super nice. And so next year,
awesome.
I got it. We can't hit them all in one year. We got to have some to look forward to next year.
It's so true. Yeah, you're right about that. Do you know where they're going to? Do they know where they'll host it next year? Or
I've heard. Yeah, I've heard that it'll be in Vegas. That they signed a 3-year contract.
Oh, cool.
So for the next 2 should be there. But again, that's hearsay. I'm not talking, I don't have Andy Cohen's number to confirm at this point.
Oh my gosh. I still can't believe he's from St. Louis and I did not even know that. That's so
cool. What's your favorite panels? What's y'all's favorite panels?
I liked the Battle of the Sexes a lot. That was really fun. I loved the below deck ones, and I loved Kate. She was a moderator for below deck, so it was really cool to see her relationship with Captain Lee. I thought that was just so cool.
Yeah.
But they were all amazing. They were all so good. And the one of Vanderpump Rules, you felt for Tom, like Jen was saying earlier. It was still really good. But what was remarkable about that one was that the reason people boo him is they've watched these kids grow up and they're so invested.
Exactly.
They're so invested in their lives. And so I think they took it personal, almost like they cheated on them. So, but they were all really good, but those were some of my highlights.
Got it. That's super cool. Yeah, I do feel for him because it's been like a while since. I mean, it happened. Things happen. It's like I think he's paid enough for it and everything. But I think it's time for, like you said, there's people out there that do way worse.
And like Andy pointed out, all of the cast members on there this season, they've cheated on some before, except for Katie.
Yeah. I would say one of my favorite panels was the new New York panel. And I think that the planning of the BravoCon, I would give them an A+ as far as the logistics and everything compared to some of the horror stories last year. I heard there was really long lines for the bathrooms,
that's what I heard.
And that people couldn't, like, you would wait an hour to get into a session and then they would cut it off because there wasn't the capacity to accommodate everyone. And I didn't hear those stories at all. The only one that they had to cut off was for the New York session. It was in the smaller room.
Okay.
And so it just couldn't accommodate. And Rachel, unfortunately, she was coming from the bazaar, from a photo, something else. And I was already in there saving a seat for her, but they wouldn't let her in, even though I had a seat, saved for her just because she was too far back. But I think they were just surprised, with it being, a brand new reboot of New York.
Right.
And I guess it should have gone on the main stage. But so that was, at least I'm glad I got to go in there. And what was kind of cool is when they were done with their panel, they would come down and kind of line up, and the first people to run up there could get and then get a selfie with them, or at least shake their hand or whatever. So that was like some of those photos that you saw. for like the below deck crew, the captains and the crew had 2 different sessions. Those were there, and as well as like any of them with the housewives. That was, you know, a good chance to kind of get up there and get close. Again, it wasn't, you couldn't have a conversation with them in that sort of situation, but you could at least get a quick selfie. And I thought the Orange County Housewives panel was good. And I think, and one I didn't go to was New Jersey. So they had the New Jersey Housewives, 2 different panels, because I think of the angst between the groups.
So it must be that bad that they had to do 2 panels.
Yeah, and I didn't, you know, you have to pick and choose through the day what you can attend, and you can't attend every panel. A lot of them overlap, and then if you've got your photo ops and your Bravopaloozas, and you know, then you just can't do it all. But so the Jersey ones I heard got really, really, like, there was a fan who asked a question of one of the ladies, like, why are you so far up Teresa's butt or something?
I heard about that one.
And now the fallout from that, because apparently she was weight shaming that fan, and back and, you know, told her, like, go waddle away, you whale, or something like that.
Something like, so
that's caused a whole new controversy outside of BravoCon, because, like, you know, you shouldn't be talking to fans that were anyone that way.
Right. It shocked me. It really shocked me coming from her, because I remember it was like, maybe not the past season, maybe, but the one before, she spoke about how her daughter was having like weight issues and how people were like, I think people were picking on her.
Yeah.
And she had gone through that herself and everything. So it really shocked me.
Yeah. It must have triggered something in her. She didn't want to be associated with being up Teresa's butt or whoever's butt
must
she was being told.
But circling back to the New York panel, did they say why Jenna wasn't there, or did they mention
that did not come up. And I know that when they first announced the lineup for BravoCon and all the, you know, celebrities that were going to be there, and she was never listed. And people were questioning, like, oh man, I really wanted to see Jenna. So it was something that she had probably scheduled far in advance. It wasn't. So Ramona was not there.
We heard about that.
She's part of the girls trip that's going to be airing soon. And then she's, you know, dealing with the backlash of some things that she had said previously. And it kind of came up right before BravoCon.
Yeah, like right before. I remember that. Yeah.
So I think she was asked not to.
So how good is did they have a was it Watch What Happens Live? Did you get to see any of that? Or
so in the evenings they had, it was like BravoCon Live, but it was a different format than Watch What Happens Live. It was more of like a nighttime. It was at the Paris Theater panel discussion. So the one that we went to was Charming House Rules. So it was Southern Charm, Vanderpump Rules, and Summer House, Winter House, all together on the stage. And there were some people missing from that, like Shep and Austin were not in the audience there, or not on the panel, and Tom Sandoval was not on the panel. And I had heard, so Shayna from Vanderpump Rules, she was so sweet. We met her at that VIP After Dark. And I was asking her, I was like, you know, I think it's kind of cool that you've been one of those that's trying to stand up for Sandoval a little more and kind of like, okay, let's give the guy a break. And she's like, yeah, she's like, he didn't go to the panel last night because Andy pretty much said, you know, you don't have to subject yourself to being booed again.
That was kind of him.
I think they didn't want to risk that, because it just kind of brings down the vibe.
It does,
you know? And they wanted it to stay positive. So I don't know if it was more of Tom opted out or he was told not to. And then I don't know why some of the other guys weren't there. Maybe Shep was still looking for his lost phone.
Oh my gosh. So it's funny because I read a few posts where some people said they had, like, he was one night, I guess one of the nights he was really hammered. It could have been that night. And they said that he stopped a group of people and just started. They asked him, I guess like a question about somebody. I think I'm trying to remember who it was. And they said he was going on and on, just telling the whole story. He was getting really into it. Just like, they said he just started just talking about all the drama and everything. And they said he was getting just all emotional.
And in one of the panels too, where it was, it was the battle of the sexes, and I guess Shayna had been seen on an Instagram story in Tom Sandoval's suite.
Oh,
and James Kennedy brought that up, like, oh, who? And then he tried to lump in Lala to it, and Lala got very defensive. She's like, I went to bed.
Yeah, she wasn't even there. Yeah.
And I was in the elevator with Captain Jason. I'm like, there he goes. There's Captain Jason again, getting around. And but I know, like, Shayna was like, she's like, I was hanging out with a lot of the Below Deck people, because some of the girls from Below Deck that are on Winter House became friends with Tom Schwartz, and
that
Schwartz
makes sense.
and Sandoval are friends. And so, they got invited to an after party in a suite. And, I know Brock is from Australia, as is Captain Jason. So I think they were connecting over, so.
Oh, nice.
You can't blame Shayna for, like, just, it happened to be his suite that she was in. She wasn't,
right.
anything wrong. But so I think that's all the tea I have to spill. I don't know.
That is so awesome. It's like, I just from listening, I feel like I was there.
Yeah, it sounds really
you should definitely go next year. I know Rachel and I have both said we would definitely. Going into it, I was like, okay, this is a one and done. It's just like a bucket list sort of thing. I want to do it. But now, after going to it, I would have so much FOMO if I wasn't there again.
No, for sure.
Yeah. Oh, like, I definitely want, like, we told each other, we were like, we were like, we're gonna manifest it. So like,
I was like streaming like half the panels on because I streamed the Vanderpump Rules one, the Southern Charm one. I started Atlanta. I haven't finished yet because I've been just busy doing things. And I saw another one too with some of the Real House Husbands of New Jersey. Like Bravo first, the Bravo first. Oh, so what's the difference between the Bravo first panels, like the smaller ones, and then they had like the bigger ones? I noticed that.
Right. Yeah. The ones that were at night at the Paris Theater are the ones that aired on Bravo TV last week, and the other smaller ones are being streamed on Peacock, I guess.
Oh, okay. Got it. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. But no, it just seems so awesome though. But I would love to see a panel with like the husbands from New Jersey, because they've got to be like, out of all the husbands, out of all the franchises, they must be like the most famous ones. Like
they did do a panel that was the men of Jersey. It was like a Magic Mike sort of dancing Chippendale.
I didn't see if I heard about that part.
And they took their shirts off, and they had people up from the audience, and so they didn't talk much, but they danced.
That's so funny. What I love, Frank Catania is I think he's my favorite house husband out of everybody, because he's just so entertaining, and the fact that it's like he and Dolores have like this cool relationship, and with the kids and all, and like he's like, I'm like, he has to come back every season for me, because I'm like, he's just super cool. He's funny.
And they were saying something outside that they're like, yeah, tell Bravo to give us our own show, like, or give us maybe like kind of like an Ultimate Boys trip. That actually wouldn't be a bad idea to explore.
Yeah, I think those Ultimate Girls trips are a good to like blend different shows together and kind of see how they interact. Yeah,
I agree. Those are super cool. Super cool. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Any more questions?
Oh, I'm trying to think. Oh, I think I had something back on mine, but anything else scandalous that kind of happened? I think I probably told us the good stuff already, but it's just really been it sounds very interesting.
Well, so back to Captain Jason, I really do think I think Andy was really playing up, trying to set him up with a Bravo celebrity. And I think Captain Jason is so nice that he didn't want to tell Andy, like, just ease up on this. I'm fine on my own.
Right.
Bring it up at every single panel and every single interview,
Oh boy.
But I did get, so I don't know if you watch Shayna's podcast that she does.
I sure do.
She interviewed him, and it sounded like, he made some great connections and they're friends. He danced with Ashley Darby from Potomac, and they had met each other last year. And, so there's a photo with his arm around her because they were all dancing. but it doesn't mean that they slept together. And like, so, but I think that, Andy was really pushing for some big scandal to come out of it
it did seem that way. Yeah. I saw that Lala too was Lala was a little bit on a proud
too. Hyping it more than
he did say Lala was his number one choice.
Yeah.
I can see them together.
Because Andy Cohen named off some people and he's like, which one? And he's like, Lala.
So. Yeah, he would want Lala to be on a charter yacht with,
Oh, I could see that. Yeah. It's like Emmett who? Oh wait, she doesn't even say his name anymore. It's like that man. I think is what Lala refers to.
How about Randall?
That man. Yeah. Oh my gosh, that is so awesome. Oh my gosh, thank y'all so much. This was a pleasure. This is exciting. And if y'all want to do it again, we can recap any.
I think you've heard. I don't know if there's any more. I mean, I could talk about Bravo stuff all the time, but the shows and the latest, things. But a little more scoop. So I followed a lot of the Bravo Lebs going into BravoCon, but then after meeting them there and they wanted me to tag them in photos and stuff, then I followed a lot more. But Olivia does have a new boyfriend.
I heard,
not from the show, someone new, but they were just in the Bahamas together. And Austin was also in the Bahamas.
Really?
Because she in her story posted this is funny when your boyfriend and your ex are golfing together or something.
That is so oh my gosh. I did hear that they were together. I saw some of the pictures where it's like they were, and I was like, she's got a new man.
Yeah, there was a group, it looked like a group of friends, but I know she's got a new man, but Austin was there. And so at least they're, friendly.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. It's oh my gosh. I love that show so much. Oh goodness. But yeah, that's awesome. But yeah, we greatly appreciate y'all coming on.
Yeah, well, let us know. I don't know if you do editing and
yeah, we do a little bit of editing.
What you see is what you get, but as far as to cut it to time. But let us know when the link is live, because I know my boyfriend was like, I want to, is this going to be live stream? I'm like, no, I don't think it's live, but I'll send you a link.
Oh, but yeah, definitely. When we get everything posted, we'll send you all the links and all. So we've got YouTube, Spotify, Apple. So yeah, we just launched our YouTube channel recently. So that's how I was super excited y'all wanted to come on camera.
Because we're putting a lot of hard work into that.
Yeah, of course.
And give it time, and you guys will be like the next, big podcasters covering BravoCon in person next year. Getting the scoop directly from the Bravo celebrities.
We can manifest it.
Yep, manifest it.
Awesome.
But it's the first. I think we've been saying the same
thing. We knew them when.
Right, exactly. Yes.
Oh my gosh, that's when when our energy is good and we're excited. We start that we've done that.
Yeah, exactly. Saying the same thing
at the same time. Yes.
But I would say too, I don't even know if this is still recording or not, but this experience at BravoCon, it far exceeded my expectations. I knew I would go and see them and watch some panels and maybe get a few selfies. And I went into it thinking it would be great if I got 10 or 20, but I think we came away with 80 to 100.
That's amazing.
It is. And just so grateful that the Bravo celebrities were so accessible and they were there for the fans. I didn't hear any stories of anyone being turned down or rejected or felt inferior in any way.
That happens in front of my life.
Yeah. And I'm sure a lot of people, depending on your personality, a lot of people don't have the confidence to approach them to ask for a photo, where Rachel and I don't suffer from that.
Oh yeah, no, you're not at all.
No, not a bad thing.
I mean, y'all's confidence, was to the point where it's
but they're also so you have to have that confidence, but you also have to have a respectful approach,
Absolutely. Yes.
Right. And so I know we found the magic and we came away with,
that's
all
awesome.
Great memories and a few new connections that I've made through Instagram. I mean, Vanita has DM'd me Jen and Ryan in Orange County. I'm actually going to be out there next week after Thanksgiving. And they said, hey, let's get together if our
no
schedules.
kidding. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Oh, you have to update us on that.
Yes,
I will.
exactly.
Yeah. So, I mean, that just makes me feel like, wow, like they're really real people, and they just happen to be in a storyline that Bravo found interesting to,
Yeah, oh my gosh, that's so awesome. Oh my goodness. But yeah, we'll definitely send y'all like over the links and stuff, and feel free, y'all can share, let people know. If you want to let any of the Bravo celebrities know that y'all were on a podcast too, feel free, go for it.
Yeah, no, I will.
Growing it.
Yeah. I will share it.
Anybody watch The Golden Bachelor? Tonight was the finale.
No, I missed it. I have to catch up, because the last episode I saw was it was whenever it was the hometown visit. So I'm behind. Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know yet. I gotta watch it.
Oh, but I'm loving it though. I think they should have done this a while ago, but this was I'm more hooked on it than the regular Bachelor.
That's the best franchise ever.
Yeah. Well, cool. All right.
All right. Well, it's been a pleasure. Thanks for inviting us.
Oh, thank y'all for joining. Oh my gosh, this is so awesome. And yes, so and we will let y'all know when the links and everything.
Good.
Yeah, so you want to go ahead and wrap it up for us?
Yes. All right. Well, that wraps up for tonight, and thank you for listening, and coming back to the Pop Culture Green Room, where we come here with more of our pop culture discussions and interviews, just like this really fun one we have with Rachel and Jen.
Yep, and we are on Instagram also at the Pop Culture Green Room. We've got a Facebook group we just started. Also started a Facebook page, so we're getting our social media going.
Right.
So, and we have a TikTok also, which is
the Pop Culture Green Room.
Perfect.
Yep. Thank you so
much.
Thank you
for joining us. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good one.
You too. Bye-bye.